Very warm welcome to those who are watching this demonstration video. Me and my friend Utkarsh, Sahil and Utkarsh, we made this project. The project name is Salesforce Hyperlocal, as you can see here, right? Okay, so the project name is Salesforce Hyperlocal, and let me tell you what is Salesforce Hyperlocal. So Salesforce Hyperlocal is nothing but a hyperlocal system where a user can just go and buy out all the products from the locality of the vendors which are available in his local area. So the whole project runs on the geolocation system. Uh, so all the tech companies are right now into the hyperlocal system because this is in a very good boom. This is the very best project we could thought of in the middle of this course. And moving forward, as I already told you about hyperlocal system, it is just you are ordering something from the nearby vendor, and if the vendor is also listed on that particular service website. So hyperlocal refers to any buying selling platform that caters to the different geographical area, aiming to provide services in the shortest time possible. As you can see, because the provider is the vendor is nearby you, then he can provide you in the very shortest time span. Then these are some very good tech giants which are already into the hyperlocal system, and their services are just like you have also ordered from Swiggy and Grofers and all those. These are some tech giants. Okay. So there is a difference between the e-commerce business and a multi-vendor marketplace. The e-commerce business is like you can order from anywhere, but the multi-vendor marketplace, which we are specifying here, the hyper-local marketplace, you can just order from the nearby vendors. So the area is restricted here, and the delivery time is obviously speed. So the admin can decide the services in the particular cities, and deliveries can be sorted accordingly. So this whole e-commerce business is based on NEOMI concept. Okay, and why start a hyperlocal system? Because the user wants the services as soon as possible. So there is a catch, and there are benefits for all the parties which are involved. So the benefits for admin is like he can take a upper hand in his business and deliver some services without any particular time span. Then the vendor can just list his products and increase his business, and the customer is here here can benefit from this application just by ordering something from the nearby places. Okay, thank you. That's all about the presentation. Now we will be moving on for the demonstration. So I'm assuming that you can see my Postman screen here. Here's the user, and we have made all these things. So here is the user. User can register, log in, and then reset password, forgot password, log out, and get his own details. Then there is address. This is the user address only. So user can add his address, update, delete, and get all these addresses. Then shopping is there. So user can shop. User can add a product to his cart and then check out. Okay. Then the orders are there. So user can just see all his pending orders and all those things. And there is a vendor who can also get his orders, that the user has ordered something or the vendor has ordered something. Vendor has something inside his ordered list. Okay, and the vendor can also log in, sign up, and all those things just like a user. But the domain is something different. But the database management, the back is different for the vendor and for the user. And then vendor can just add any of the products which are listed already on our website to his own inventory, that he is the one providing those products. And this is the admin route. As of now, we have 3,500 products stored in our online Algolia database. The products are uh, listed as you can see here. So After this, if the vendor wants to add something that is not present in our database, then he can just request using this route that yeah, please, I want to add this particular thing. So let's start from the user sign up. Sorry, I already have signed up, so let's start from the login thing. And I'm clicking the route here, and now you can see the user is logged into the system and the token is generated. Now if the user wants to get his details, then he can surely get his details. Okay, then if the user wants to log out, then logout is successful. Then also if the user wants to get his details, it will show that the token is not valid, so we will log in again. Then the reset password and the forgot password thing is also working correctly, but there's a little time. So now just the user wants to add a particular address, so these are all the keys which we have specified. These are the required fields. So there is one address to field is also there. When we implement this into front end, then we will showcase all those fields. Now the user is adding something here. So he added a particular address here, and then he can just go to his addresses and check out that yeah, he is having two different addresses now. Now the user, if the user wants to delete any address, then he can just yeah, I'll delete this one. So he can just copy this particular ID and then he can just drop it here, and then then the address will be deleted. Okay, now if the user wants to get, he is only having a single address, which is a work address. So we have specified the type with the two different types. One is the work and other is the uh, home address. So address route is finished here. Now let's come to the vendor route. So if the vendor wants to sign up, login, and all those things are here already. So I'm not going to the sign up and all those things. I'm just going to log in here, and as you can see, I'm logged into the system. So vendor can also update his details, and vendor can reset password and all those functionalities we have implemented. So these are some small functionalities. I'm just going for the particular big functionalities here. So if the vendor wants to add something or add a product, for that he has to get go to the database and search around some product. So as of now, the vendor is going for the Maggie. He wants to add some Maggie. Okay, so as you can see, we are not searching according to the particular keyword. We are searching a partial search. There is this partial search we have implemented where the user or the vendor can just add some few keywords, and we can get whatever the search result is there. So you can see there's Maggie. So we just have to copy this particular number here and go to the and just paste it here. And in the front end, the user won't be having this kind of things, but as of now, because there's no front end, we are just implementing it just like this. So the vendor is now sending the request. Now these two products have been added. If you can see, get all products in the inventory, then there are only two products. Okay, let's add one more product here. Don't go with Maggie. We'll go with sauce. Okay, again, partial searching sauce. And okay, it's barbecue sauce, so I'm adding this barbecue sauce. Yeah, so I'm adding this barbecue sauce here, and I'm adding one more product just to specify things, just to clarify more. Okay, and then I'm sending the request. Now these two products are also added. Now if you can see, all the products are there in the inventory. The vendor also can delete the product by just copying this ID. So let's do this also. Copy this ID here and then just paste this ID here. As you can see, there are four products as of now, but if we delete this one, there will be only three products here. So delete it, and now if we go to the particular route, it will say, yeah, three products are there only. So as of now, we have gone through all these things. Now, the vendor at the time of his registration has to specify his coordinates. Okay, so these coordinates are the live geo coordinates which we are taken. and we have implemented it from Earthbox. So on the backend databases, the PostgreSQL. Now we will move on to shopping. Okay. So the user wants to search around something here. So the user is searching again Mag. He is also a dumb person, so he is not searching the whole Maggie thing. Now you can see the radius is somehow around 100 kilometers now. Right now, if we decrease the radius, then the vendor will be not there, I guess. Yeah, because we have implemented the radius system here. So the radius is 100 kilometers as of now. So maybe the vendor is nearby the radius of 100 kilometers. So now the user wants to add something to his cart. He just have to copy this particular in the backend. He just have to copy. In the front end, he don't have to copy anything. He just have to click on that product and just say that yeah, I want this product in my cart. So I'm adding again two different products here. I'm increasing the radius. Okay, there are two different products here. Okay, so I'm adding two different products and sending. So in the particular cart, there are two products added. As you can see, if I will go to the cart and send the request, there are two products added. Now, if the user wants to just check out, he can just specify the address. So we are also sending the address in the params as of now. So the user has to just go to his addresses and just copy this address from here uh, because of the no implementation of the front end. So let's check out here. So the user just have to just go and paste it here and then send it. Can you see that the status is pending right now? So if you go to the cart is empty because the products are on the delivery phase right now. So the vendor will receive something here. So the vendor will receive something here. Yeah. So we will be going to the orders now. User get all orders and then checking if the user is having the orders or not. So he is having some delivered orders already because some of the products are delivered and then pending orders also. So just we just have to go to the vendor orders and then just have to search around. The vendor, okay, vendor is also having the orders, specified orders, and the pending orders are there. Okay, so the vendor needs to go for the action here. So we just have to copy around the particular ID and then for the action we can just go to first confirm and then deliver. Confirm and then sending the request. So now you can see the order is confirmed. If we go to the user, now one order is confirmed. Earlier the all the orders were pending and one was delivered. Now one is confirmed here. Okay, so just go to this also and just specify here delivered. When the order is delivered, then the user will get here not the confirmed, just delivered. Okay, okay, there it is. Action. Now we are sending the request. Now the status has been changed to the delivered, and then if the user wants to see, then you can see it's delivered. And now there are two delivered here because two products have been delivered and two are in the pending state. So the vendor can just uh, go and order anything just like this. So if the user wants to delete something from his list here, order list, then he can also just delete it. Okay. So he is and those products which are not in the pending state, which are already delivered, the user cannot delete those products. As I'm sending here, it is saying cancelled. Okay. If I just go to the user requests, then it will say yeah, delivered and pending, and also one is cancelled. So I think I've done with all, pretty much done with all the routes. So this is the whole project, and the front end implementation is not done yet. So after the front end implementation, it will look very neat and nice. Thank you from the whole team.